Hi, Spencer. Welcome back today. Thank you for coming in today. I want to check in, see how you're feeling right now as we start our session.
Yeah, hi. Good to see you again. I'm feeling a little nervous, and I just feel like I have a lot of thoughts in my head that I'd like to go through a little bit.
I first want to say thank you so much for sharing that. I feel like uh, that's a really growth that you're having by sharing that. And it makes sense that you're nervous. Like right now, you just have to work through some tough stuff that you're going through, and you just need to know that it's gonna get better and we're gonna be working together to fix it. Um, and you said that like, can we explore that type of nervousness for a little bit?
Yeah, I really think if I had to like pin it down, I feel like it stems from like a feeling of like I don't know, just this past week, it's just felt like I haven't been able to get anything right. It's so silly, right? But that's just like how I've kind of been feeling this week.
Uh,
Like I let myself down, you know?
okay, so let's take a little pause there and let's talk about it a little bit more. So in CPT, we call these kinds of deep, ongoing thoughts core beliefs. Um, they really often start like usually early in life and how we see ourselves in others. Is that something that's happening today? Do you just feel like that's happened a lot throughout your lifetime, or is that something you just feel this week, like you said?
No, I suppose it's like more present this week than usual. Um being something that I've experienced all my life. Maybe so. I think I definitely probably now that you say that, like a light bulb, I feel like I probably applied that towards others as well. Never quite meeting like expectations, you know what I mean?
And so, can you give me like maybe just an example of like a scenario that you feel like you haven't given those expectations for?
Yeah, so this week I work at a shelter for people experiencing homelessness, and we're opening a new facility in the Pinellas area in St. Pete, and really, really exciting. We have a lot of work to do to get that done. So I guess my expectation is for people to like communicate efficiently and effectively, to give me the tools I need to succeed. And I feel in this project that I haven't done that, but also maybe my expectations are too high. Like sometimes people don't know the answers. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you feel like it works both ways, where you like disappoint people and people disappoint you as well?
I think less me disappointing people, it's more me like setting the bar unachievably high for myself at like to a point where I seek validation a lot from other people to like because the bar's set too high. So and I don't meet that mark. So I need validation from others to make me have like a good sense of like self-worth and things.
Okay. And when you say like your bar's too high and like
Mm.
unachievable, do you feel like so you feel like you put so much pressure on yourself? And like when that happens, how do you usually feel or deal with it?
Pressure, I think so. I think pressure's a different is that interesting words. I don't think I'd necessarily say pressure, because I don't feel like I have to like push to succeed and achieve that goal. But when I don't meet the goal, it's more like disappointed. And disappointed might be too soft of a word. Maybe like upset with myself for not being able to achieve the thing that I told myself I would do without feeling the
Okay.
pressure before.
Okay, thank you for sharing. So we're gonna work through that right now. So there's a
Hmm.
tool we can use called the downward arrow technique. It helps us gently go deeper into the meaning behind your thoughts. So I'll ask you like a few questions, like what would that mean? Questions, type of questions, and then we'll like work together through it. Okay.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. And if you have any questions throughout, remember you can ask at any time.
Will do. Yeah, sounds good.
So you talked about how you always feel like you're like you set the pressure too high for yourself and it's like unachievable and you just end up like disappointed.
Hmm.
Um, if that were true, what would that mean about you?
if it were true, what would it mean about me? I suppose it would mean that I didn't achieve the thing I wanted to achieve. Value judgment wise, I don't know. That I'm, whatever the thing is, not smart enough, not um whatever that be, not like a strong enough manager, not good enough being like a people person, you know.
And if that were true, that you're not smart enough or not good enough to be a people person or just not a good manager, what would that mean?
I suppose like I have like core central beliefs, and it would like challenge those of what it means to be a good person.
So, like, underneath the thought about disappointing like yourself and just feeling not good enough, there's this belief of like you said, I'm not good enough, and
Mm,
that might not make me a good manager.
mm.
And that's like a super heavy belief. So let's just like try to write down the core beliefs in the worksheet, and let's take a moment to test those beliefs. We can explore evidence that like challenges or supports like what you actually believe in.
Hmm.
And like think about your relationships. Has anyone ever said that maybe you're not good enough or you just feel like that?
Has anyone said I'm not good enough? Like I said, like really not really. Yeah, not particularly. I can't think of a time where someone was like, "Oh, oh, you know what? I can." I had a really horrible manager, and he did say that a lot, but that was a him issue. I feel personally.
So like you said, like you just so in that context, like you just never had someone say like you're not smart enough, you're not good enough. So just remember that throughout our session that no one's ever said that.
Well, I mean, he did quite often, so that was pretty present in my life for like a year every day. You know, he's a rough guy, but I don't take
Yeah,
it seriously. That's the important thing to remember.
yeah, that's good
He
that
was
you don't take it to heart.
wild. Yeah.
Yeah. And then like thank you for sharing about that. Like
Yeah.
I appreciate you talking about it, and that feeling is real, even though it was just one person that made you feel like that. No one should ever make you feel like that. And it
Yeah.
makes sense like based on what you've been through. But the
Hmm.
fact that majority of the people have never said anything about that to you, and do you receive like a lot of compliments?
Oh, I love my job. They are compliment heavy. It's the best. Everyone's always like praising and stuff. It's great. I love it. It's so good. And I
That's
try really
good.
hard because of that, you know? Like I want to get the positive feedback. It just makes me feel good.
Yeah. So once again, like maybe that feeling that you have of like not being good enough is just not
Hmm.
accurate due to the fact that you like you said that you're getting praise. So
Yeah.
yeah. Um, so let's try to reshape that belief. Okay. It's like you've used when you say I'm not good enough,
Hmm.
that isn't 100% true. What might be more a balanced way to look at yourself? Like what might be a better way to look at yourself?
A better way to look at myself, that I set the bar too high and I need to figure out how to navigate that a little bit better. Maybe set more realistic goals. I'm a project manager by trade, so kind of having like short term, medium term, long term goals with steps that I can take, I think would be pretty good to, manage my own expectations.
Yeah, and that's something we can definitely work to together. Maybe creating like you can do some homework at home where you have these expectations of even just like stuff about your work, like
Hmm.
things that you have goals, but creating like you said, realistic expectations, and then we can talk about it more in our next session.
Yeah, cool. I can do that.
Yeah, and like exactly like that you have these expectations and sometimes they're just unachievable. So,
Mhm.
like you said, make it more realistic, and we can like work together so that you can get the help that you need. And how does it feel for when you said that out loud?
Fine. It feels fine.
Fine. Maybe we can go a little bit deeper than that.
Deeper than fine. I wouldn't say it feels good. It's more of like a matter of fact. Like, okay, let's work on it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. And then that's a really good sign. That's like a kind of something that will get stronger over time, and something that,
Okay.
like, that feeling hopefully one day will go away. Obviously, it's not going to be overnight. It's going to be
Mm,
something that we can definitely work through so that you know that you're good enough and that you know that you're smart enough and that you're in the position that you're
mm,
supposed to be.
yeah.
Um, yeah. Do you have any
No, that makes
questions?
a no, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, that
Okay.
tracks.
Well, once again, thank you so much for coming. You did great work, and we're going to work together to become better each session, okay?
Awesome. Love it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.